Hey there, folks. I want to welcome you here today to a very exciting GCN call. I got the top of the hour. We're going to get this thing started here in just about 30 seconds. As you're jumping on the phone, if you are I guess it's not the phone, the webinar, if you'd like to come out and just tell me where you're calling in from, I'd love to welcome you, but give me 1 second. I will be right back with you. Okay, I am back. I had to fix my lighting. All right, we got Mike from Milwaukee, Brent from Michigan, Patty from Iona, David from Vegas, William from Austin, Texas. We got Frankie from Phoenix, Paul from Canada. Welcome, Paul. Dallas, Hank from Dallas, I think. Nimi from Canada, Shane from Michigan, Frankie from Chicago. Craig, welcome back. Oh, thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. James, welcome back. Craig from New York. We got Ron from New Jersey, Trevor from Texas. We got Mario from Cleveland, Gary from North Carolina, Chris from East Texas, Corey from Tucson, Arizona, Aloha from Kauai, Lee. As you can see, we have a packed call here. I've got 201, and we got a lot of people that are still jumping on the call. But without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and get this thing started. I appreciate everybody coming out. If I didn't catch you on the welcome, I'd like to personally welcome you here. Excited to be back out in front of you, number one. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've actually done a Zoom call, but the reality is I wanted to be able to have some concrete information to be able to share with you guys to make sure that we're taking things to where we want as a company. And I know, even though we send out emails, even though we send out telegrams, we've been communicating with the leaders. I understand that, when there's not proper communication, people begin to make their own assumptions about everything. So I wanted to make sure when I came out this time and had an opportunity to speak with you that I have some concrete details on where we're at, where we're going, so you can have complete clarity by the time you get off this call exactly where things are at. Now, I think it goes without saying that there's some challenging times going on right now in the world. My kids are home from school. Maybe y'all are dealing with the same thing. I'm in Alabama. I know, we're not as in a challenging spot as many people around the country and definitely the world. We've had people who have lost their lives, and there's a tremendous amount of attention. Every channel you go to, every news station that you look at, every website that you hear, it is constantly going on about the viruses out there. And it's a real deal, right? It's not something that, I don't know how, I'm not going to get into that conversation, whether it's real, where it came from and things like that. But the reality, people are actually dying. People are becoming sick. It's a very contagious thing. And we're doing everything that we can. The country's doing what it can inside the US and other countries to make sure that it doesn't spread. Now, unless you've been under a rock, you probably realize that the sports industry has completely shut down. There are a couple soccer leagues, in South America that are still playing games, but outside of that, it has completely come to a halt. We have our drop shippers who are 10 to 14 days out on any type of deliveries. That's if you pay extra. There's blood in the street, right? There's panic going on, and anytime there is panic, and anytime there's what we call blood in the street, from a broker standpoint, anytime you look at those situations, you have to see either being part of the problem or part of the solution. And right now, I believe that there is a huge opportunity, not just in GCN, but in all network marketing. This call is definitely about GCN, and that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to give you some specifics as I said. But one thing that I have to point out here today is that I think more than ever, people need network marketing. They need the opportunity to create some income for them and their family from home, regardless of what company it is, regardless of what product or service it is. They need a way, and it's just proof over and over that we have created a great opportunity here for people. Now, if you add the Bitcoin part of it in addition to it, right? Because there's so many great companies out there that have nothing to do with cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, but when you pay in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency as well, I think if you look at opportunities in the marketplace here today, Obviously, the stock market is sold way off, right? We've had two of the worst days since 1987. Ironically, if you guys remember, I talked about that on my last webinar. Before this virus even came out, I was talking about the different days in history, right? Why the Federal Reserve was created to save our country. And now there's things in place in the stock market that it will only allow it to drop to a certain amount before they just halt things and they close things. We got a government and tact now, not regardless of your political views. We have things in place that can help salvage things, right? That can help protect our country, protect our people. And that's true around the world. Countries are working together. And what I see right now, and I'm going to get to the GCN stuff, I promise, but what I see right now is I see an opportunity to really show people a different way, where sometimes people see network marketing, they're like this, they've got their blinders on, they automatically think that it's something that's not real. I think that the proof is in the pudding, and I believe that you will see many things come out of this. And one thing that's been really disappointing in network marketing, especially for the last few years, is people's thought process of not having to do anything but expecting something in return. It started 2015, 2016, things started to come around, programs started to be created, and laziness began to be created as well. And you saw many people, and you still do here today, see people that are jumping from company to company to company to company that are expecting a different outcome and expecting not to do any work, but expecting something in return, right? And that is just the nature of the business. That doesn't mean that there's not a whole nother world of network marketing that is done well, but it's been a really black eye since 2016. It's progressively gotten worse. I believe that we're in an opportunity right now that we can rise up as network marketers. We can rise up as champions and leaders of the industry and really show people a way outside of the traditional 9 to 5 that they can earn some income for them and their families, be able to have a lot of fun, especially in our company doing it. But regardless of our company, I think there's a great opportunity out there for people right this very second. Now, this call wasn't designed to talk necessarily about that, but I think it would be really just, it wouldn't be good if we didn't at least address, what is going on in this world, because it's directly affected us. I want you guys to think about this, and this kind of, it's ironic. I mean, how many times have you heard me on a call, especially in the early days, when we were talking about, we don't rely on financial markets. We don't rely on the stock market or the Forex market or any type of financial markets. We rely on sporting events that are 24/7, 365. Who would have thought, even in a million years, this is the first time in my lifetime, and I bet it would be the first time in any of y'all's lifetimes, that you've ever seen every sporting event in the world basically just shut off, right? It is a major, major deal that we're dealing with. So as a company that uses that as one of our primary sources of profits, we really have to take a look at things and make sure that we're making the proper adjustments, make sure that we're doing things that can not only be beneficial for our company, but also can be beneficial for our members. Now, on top of all the craziness that's going on, as many of you know, we've been basically, for lack of a better word, turned off, right, for about the last 3 weeks. And we've talked over and over about making sure that the things are in order that we needed to be in order, all the way from an investor standpoint to our system, to just make sure that we are ready to go, that we are ready to launch. In the midst of all this happening, we had something that was unprecedented, that couldn't have been predicted, happen directly to our industry, that one of our primary industry, and heavily affect another one, even with our auctions. Because when you look at the drop shipping, you look at Amazon. Let me ask you guys a question: has anyone out there tried to order anything online, or like a Walmart to go or anything like that? They're sold out of everything, right? It is insane what is going on right now. Now, I'm talking a lot about the US, but we have a lot of people that are international that are dealing with this, that are even further ahead of what's going on. So it all boils down to this, and it's how does it affect GCN? What exactly are we doing right this second? And how can we turn this thing into part of the solution rather than part of the problem? I am so sick, and I know it's a big deal, okay? So I don't mean any disrespect, because I'm sure there's some of you out there that maybe you've been personally affected by this. You know people who have been affected by it. And I'm not for a single second discounting anything that's going on with this virus, right? But what I do know is this. Even in 2001, if you guys remember 9/11, 2001, U.S. got under attack, right? That's when the Twin Towers got hit, our Pentagon got hit. And it was a horrible, horrible time for our country. It was a horrible time for the markets. And if you remember what happened during that time, people started freaking out, right? No one wanted to travel. No one wanted to really even go outside their house. They were scared of the stock market. The stock market was getting hammered. It was complete and utter panic. And if you remember what the government did and what they said is they said, look, we want to encourage you not to sit at home. We want to encourage you to go out there. We want to encourage you to travel. We want to encourage you to go out there and buy things and do things. And obviously, we're in a situation that we can't do that right now, but there are things that we can do, especially for your family, this company, and moving forward that can assist us all. So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to talk about GCN, what we're doing right this very second, how it can affect you. So I'm going to start with bringing up a PowerPoint presentation here. It's not going to be long, okay, but I believe it's still going to be valid and important for everybody to get what we're doing here, okay? Before I even move forward, can everybody give me a number one that you can see my PowerPoint presentation? That would be great. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Okay. So, we've already kind of talked a little bit about this. Anytime there's a situation that's going on in the world, you have a true choice. Is it an opportunity, or is it a time to panic? We've already seen that the world is panicking. Our country specifically is panicking. The industry is panicking. There's a lot of situations that are going on right now, and my full belief is that more than ever, there's evidence that people not only need GCN, but they need network marketing. And we're going to give them that here today. I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to be able to do that and move forward as a company amidst of all the challenges and all the things that we're facing inside of our company. We're moving forward today, which is going to be really exciting. Now, with that being said, there's some things that I want to address here today just to make sure that by the time we get off this thing, that we have complete clarity on where we're going and what exactly we can do, okay? Starting right this very second, GCN is back open for business in the sense that you can make sales, you can log into your back office, the system is working, you're gonna see the new things that are out there. But what I wanna cover right now are some of the things that are outstanding that people are gonna have questions on, and we can move forward from that so you can have complete clarity. Now, some of these things we've already talked about, as far as like retro pay and things like that. I'm going to say it again, even though I think I've said it enough. We're not doing any type of retro pay, okay? So it's not even worth having that discussion. We've talked about that. That's not going to happen. But as we move forward here as a company, there's going to be different waves of implementation to make sure that we get things exactly where they need to be so we can move forward, okay? We're going to talk about the cab bonus because I know that that's what a lot of you are wanting to discuss here today. So we're going to get to that next. But I want to talk about the ways of implementation, making sure that we are protecting our company from the capital that has been able to receive to implement everything that we have to make sure that we're doing things properly. So there's going to be waves of implementation as we grow through the process here. One of the big things out there are GOW payments, right? There's some of those games of the weeks that have already happened that people didn't receive payments on. We are going to be implementing those and manually begin paying those out as of next week, okay? So just know that those will be done. You're more than welcome to send a customer support ticket if you would like to, but I believe we have most of those covered. I mean, just speaking to our support team, I believe that we have most of those covered, but I know that this is an important thing. I know there's been a lot of people that have hit us up on this. So that's going to be step number one as far as implementation. Auction items. We have some auction items that are backed up. It's not a tremendous amount, but there are people that have been waiting for auction items for even a few weeks, right? There's been some situations where we've had people come to us and say, hey, James, I won an auction 2 months ago and I never received my product. Now, every single time that's happened, it's because they didn't go through the process. Either they didn't pay for their auction item or they didn't send us the information required in order for us to complete that, okay? So there are those cases out there, just to be completely upfront and honest with you, but the reality is that the majority of what we're talking about from an auction standpoint, they're backed up a little bit, but we will be implementing those as well and begin sending those out in implementation. We've had some of the big auctions. I see Mike on here, he won the Atlantis auction. Obviously, no one's traveling right now, so we'll be working directly with those people to figure out when we can send them on that trip to make sure that everything is good. Okay, so just know that. One thing that we've talked about is the introduction of our new interim president, right? Someone to come in and assist me and help me really take things to the next level. I know you guys saw the email as far as like Dwayne Golden coming out to assist us with that. We're going to be implementing Dwayne over the next few weeks as we just finalize everything on that side to make sure that we can point this company in the direction that it needs to go. I can't do it on my own. I don't want to do it on my own. So we've built an infrastructure, not only from a customer support standpoint, from a project management standpoint, and obviously the new president as well, to help take this company to where it's going to need to go. We complement each other very well. So I'm excited about that opportunity to be able to move forward. Many of you know him and the success he's had in this industry. So excited to be able to move forward and get things going with that. Now, let's get to the CAB bonus. And look, I know that there's some questions and things coming through. I'm not going to have time to read every single one of these. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If you have questions coming right now, just hold up. Okay, and we'll get them at the end. I just want to make sure everyone knows that. Okay, so here we go. Let me X out of this because I got a bunch of questions popping up there. Customer acquisition bonus. Okay, so obviously one of the biggest things inside of our company, one of the most attractive things inside of our company is our CAB bonus, right? We've talked about from day one, at least I've talked about from day one, that is if you're selling our company solely on a CAB bonus, you're definitely doing it the wrong way, right? The majority of our money inside of our company is created inside of our binary and our fast start commissions. That is truly where the real money's at. Those are for the people that want to actually come in and work. Now, you heard me in the very beginning talk about, unfortunately, this industry, especially for the last few years, has turned into a situation where many people like to come to companies, do nothing, and expect to earn. We've made it clear from the very beginning that that's not the way we're built. I know some people want to put us into that category, but we've never been built for that. We won't be built for that. So there does require some form of activity in order to earn our CAB bonus. Now, our CAB bonus, unlike a lot of CAB bonuses, are actually derived from things that we literally do. I mean, we've put back in our back office, you've seen it every single day for literally months. We've given you the details, we've given you the stats, our games of the week, and our sporting events, right? That's what we built this company on. That was the foundation. That was our original launch. Obviously, we implemented the auctions, which I'm going to get to here in a second. But we know that the sporting industry is shut down, right? So here's the deal. It's kind of funny, you know, when I very first launched this company, everybody was interested in saying, "Oh, well, show us proof on this. Show us proof on this. Are you actually what we call trading? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you actually taking these wagers? Can you send me this? Can you get me in contact with them? Blah blah. You know, all those things, right? I say blah blah blah. All those things that people were interested in. They want to know that it's real, right? And then when the sporting industry gets shut down, and here we are in this situation, you would be shocked how many of the same people that were like asking for my home address, my kids' names, everything that they could possibly get in order to make sure that things were actually doing and going the right way. How many people have come back now wanting to know, are we going to continue to pay a CAB bonus when there's literally no sporting events? There's literally, the retail is backed up 10 to 14 days on prime items. So for me, it's not comical, and it is comical. It's comical in the sense that, you know, on one hand, people want you to be legit. They want you to do the things that you say that you're going to do, and they press you to the nines, right? I've been, as all of you know, I mean, I've gotten press. And then on the flip side, when things are evident, like it is so obvious why you couldn't do something without it being a full-fledged scam, how you start to get questions like they can't believe it, right? So it is what it is. But here's what we're going to do for you, okay? Here's our commitment as a company. We're going to continue to evaluate the CAB bonus every 7 days, okay? If our sporting events worldwide begin to get implemented, we're going to find ways to create some of this, okay? It may not start off exactly where it was at, but we will begin to evaluate this and implement this every 7 days. Now, the second part of that is this really opened up our eyes to different opportunities, right? We have to be very careful on anything that we do. We want to make sure that anything that is offered here is definitely legit. It's legal. All those things that come into play. So obviously, the sports wagering side of it definitely is. We also introduced our auctions not long ago, right? And our auctions have been a big hit for some people. Some people, have not really participated. They've just kind of watched. But I've said this many different times, and I don't think people truly got it. Our auctions, our sports wagering, our profitability as a company conjoined is what creates our customer acquisition bonus that we announce on the 15th of every month, right? That's it. Now, as you can see, we've had our auctions that have been had to push back. We've had the sporting industry that's no longer right this very second where it needs to be in order for us to do it. So what we have to do as a company is we have to take a step back and we have to look every 7 days and figure out what we can do. As soon as sports are back in, man, we're in as well. We're even looking at different opportunities, like possibly esports that we could go into right now and be able to wager on some of those. Those are actually opportunities that are out there, but we have to make sure that it is a profitable deal, right? We have to make sure that there's proper handicappers and things like that in the esports arena that could be in addition to what we do. And then obviously we have our auctions. As I said, our auctions have been a phenomenal thing for some people. Some people don't really participate. And, those that want to see our CAD come back up, those that want to see us actually grow as a company, the participation is where it's at, right? Even though we've said that many different times, again, the profitability of our entire company, whether it be auctions, sports wagering, or even in any of our new sales, it all ties into what we do as a CAD. So as a company, we'll be evaluating this every 7 days. Now, before I even move on to the very next thing, which I think that you guys are going to like, I want to make sure that everyone understands and is crystal clear. If you can give me a number 7 that you understand why there can't be a cab right this second without it being a huge scam, give me a number 7. And number 2, understand that from an auction standpoint, as we begin to roll these things out, the participation in those would help create an opportunity for us to create some cabs for you while the entire world is shut down. Okay, everybody's getting this. Okay, good. Good. Okay, awesome. We've got a ton of 7s there, and I greatly appreciate that. It's so important. If I didn't say anything else on this call here today, I think this is the most important for you guys to get. Now, that's going to lead me to my next point. Okay, so we've talked a lot about, the current situation that we're in as a country and the world, right? We're all going through a lot of different challenges. I was talking to a guy just the other day. His wife is stuck in Europe. Told me that she was supposed to fly home this week, went to catch her flight. The airline went bankrupt. They went out of business. She couldn't even jump on her flight. It's real, folks, right? Anytime there's an economy like this and things start to happen, there's many businesses that are hanging by a string. I can tell you right here, I live kind of in a tourist area. They're shutting down the restaurants. They're shutting down the bars. They're shutting down the beaches. It's spring break, right? It's spring break. There will be many of these companies, many of these small businesses that unfortunately will go out of business because they lived week to week or they lived month to month. So what happens anytime there's an economy like this? I mentioned 9/11, horrible event. What happened? Well, the government came in and they created stimulus packages. In 2008 and 2009, when the real estate market took a hit, 70% foreclosures throughout the world that affected interest rates worldwide, economies worldwide. It wasn't just in the US, worldwide. We got people hammered. All those people that were investing in real estate from outside of our country that came in here, they were hammered as well. It created a mass chaos. What did the government do? It created a stimulus package, right? And the stimulus package did 2 things. Number 1, it helped the people in America be able to do whatever they needed to do, okay? Many people received checks, if you remember. They just received checks just from the government to help them get through. Does anybody remember that what I'm talking about? Give me a number 8 if you remember some of these stimulus packages that were created by the government. Now, I'm going to ask you another question, okay? And this is an important one. Anytime there is a stimulus package that is created, not only does it have to make sense and help the people, right? That's why it's called a stimulus. who else does it need to help in the long run in order for a stimulus package to be created in a government or a company? Does anyone know the answer to that? Not only does it have to help the people, it has to help the government, right? It has to. So when they sent, exactly, thanks, Trevor. Exactly, Paul, the country, it has to help them out. So exactly, Linda, it has to help everyone. It has to be a win-win. It has to be something that, protects the company or the country. It has to be something that helps the people. My goal right now, I understand, trust me when I say this, I understand us being down for 3 weeks, what it's done to some of you. I understand it, right? I understand what it's done to me. I understand what it's done to people that work for me. I understand all across the board what it has caused and the chaos it's caused. Who would have thought that now we're in a position that things have taken it to a new level with everything that's going on with this virus? I can either choose to sit here and focus on that and use that as an excuse as to why we're not going to do what we're going to do, or we can create a way to help you build your business, to help you start earning some income, and to help you and your family really take things to the next level. That's what I choose to do, right? Because our plan works, our compensation plan works, and our products, when they're live, they absolutely work. That is the key thing that you need to understand. Right now, we've got Bitcoin that's at a discount that's unbelievable, right? If you would have looked at it 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, it was at 10,000, just over 10,000. Do you remember how excited people were? And, I'm seeing all these things on Facebook popping up. I told you it was coming. We're going all the way to 20,000. Anybody see those, right? And then this thing comes out, and we've got the stock market that corrected, which went down. We have obviously the Bitcoin market, the cryptocurrencies that have corrected. It went all the way down. I don't know if you guys saw this. I think Bitcoin got all the way down to like 3,900, maybe even a little bit less. Those are unbelievable turns, right? Those are huge. But not only, as I've talked about, those aren't huge downturns, those are huge opportunities for those people who are sitting in cash right now. For those people who have been talking to you on the side saying, man, what's that Bitcoin thing that you've been doing? I sure would like to be able to participate in that. We have an opportunity right this very second to go to these people and offer them an amazing opportunity to get started in what we have. Our auctions are coming, right? The sports industry will recover. We've got our travel that we will be introducing. Obviously, it doesn't make sense to introduce it right this second, but there are so many things that we can do right now to get us positioned, because this, what we're looking at, I don't care what anyone says, this is a temporary situation. This is temporary, right? I guarantee you, every single one of you on this call have been through bad times in your life when you thought it was the end, right? You thought it was the end of your world. It was the end of your business. You got your home taken away from you. You got your cars taken away from you. You lost your job. You lost a family member. It was the end for you. It's temporary. It's temporary. And what we're going through right now is a temporary situation. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to find a way that I could help you, right? And not just help you, let's be honest here, also help our company, get us back to where we need to be. So when this thing does turn around, we can pound this thing and we can take it to where it wants to go. The fact that this call is packed, the fact that I still have leaders calling me, hitting me every day, wanting to know what's going on, tells me that people believe in this company. You guys need it to last just as much as I need it to last, as much as the world needs it right this very second. We all have to come together and be able to do that. So here's what I have created for you. Some of you will love this. Some of you will be like, nah, what is this? Doesn't make any sense. But this is a stimulus package that I am offering as a gesture today. It'll be live tonight inside of our system. So it's not live right this second, just know, but it will be live tonight. And I believe for those of you who remember what it was like to build some organizations, if you remember what it's like to build a team, if you remember what it's like to build a business for you and your family, rather than sitting and waiting and expecting a magic to happen without you doing anything, you're going to respect and you're going to be excited about what I'm about to show you. For those of you who have been in the game for the last couple years and all you've known is to come into a company and sit and expect without any effort whatsoever just for that company to go out of business, this is not going to be that attractive to you. But hey, at least I'm being transparent with you and I want to be upfront with you. This was created for the people that want to help us and let us help you. So here's what we're going to be doing going forward, okay? We're going to be implementing a brand new fast start bonus. Now, this is temporary, okay? This is temporary until we can get our cab back to where we need it to get. I wanted to give a way for you guys to be able to earn. If you look at the cab bonus, okay, let's just say that you're at the maximum cab bonus. If you look at that over a period of a month, right? It could be anyway, what, 20 to 30% that you could earn, right? What I wanted to do is I wanted to give you an opportunity to go out there and actually be able to share our products, our services, our company, our opportunity for people to get excited about Bitcoin and be able to earn Bitcoin, the opportunity for those single moms, those people that are starving to death right now that just got laid off work, those people that are struggling, the elderly, that you have to help your parents out. You got kids that were just in college, now they're coming back, you're still having to pay for that. All those things are important, all those things. And what this can do for those of you who are willing to step up, for those of you who can believe it, and I'm going to give you everything you need. I'm going to give you everything, every piece of me that I can going forward here, whether it be on overview calls, whether it be three-way calls, whatever it takes to help you. You have my commitment. I'm going to be here for you. You have my commitment that we're creating an infrastructure that's already being built behind the scenes that can help us take this business to the next level. But what this is, and I want you to think about this, for those of you who are willing to go out there and share this, if you want to be able to earn that type of percentage, make a sell, right? Make a sell. Go out there and share it with people. So the new fast start bonus, until the cab actually starts back, it will have to revert back because the math won't work on it once the cab starts back. 20% on that first level. Level 1, 20%. Level 2, 3%. Level 3, 1%. As you can see, level 2 and level 3 didn't change. Level 1 drastically changed, right? It went from 5 to 20%. This is an opportunity for you guys, okay? I've had many people tell me, hey, James, I've got people lined up. They just want you to get back on track. They want to see that things are live again, okay? We're alive. We're here. We're in front of you. The system's better than it ever has been, and we're excited about where we need to be going forward. So this new fast start bonus, it's implemented. It will be done. It will be live here tonight. You can literally put people in our company today. I'll make sure you get that 20% if you do, okay? Even though it's not in there right this second, it will be changed tonight. If you make a sell today, I will make sure that you get it. So what you're seeing here, folks, is this. This is the GCN stimulus package. It's a package that not only can help you and your family right this very second to be able to accumulate Bitcoin, to be able to help you pay your bills. And the flip side of that, let's not pretend like it's not true. It's to help our company grow as well, right? It's to help get us back to where we need to be. So when these sporting events do come back on and the delivery time for Amazon and all these drop shippers are back to normal, and we're kicking out these auctions like we should, and the sporting events are continuing. You guys, I mean, if you haven't paid attention to our record in regards to sports, do you realize I have some of the largest companies and handicappers out there calling me trying to get my information? Do you guys realize that? You may not even understand what you have your hands on here. But for us to be able to kick out, over 70% on our GOWs, over 62% on all of our games combined, it is ridiculous. I know it's like, yeah, you're talking about now they're not even available. I just want you to understand what you have your hands on once things get to where they need to be. So with that being said, this is the GCN stimulus package. This is the opportunity for you and your family. I can't create a cab. If I was running a scam, or if I just wanted to try to make money really quickly, I would just remove every qualification. I would say, hey, we're out there, we're trading crypto, or we're trading Forex, and we're doing all this crap. We're not, okay? And I've said that from the beginning. We have to make our money from sports wagering and the auctions and the profitability of our company. And those things just aren't available right now. The auctions will come back very soon. Sports, I don't know when they'll come back. But what I do know is I want to give you a chance until they do to be able to create your own cab bonus. How about that? You create your own cab bonus. It's a pretty cool thing, right? So I wanted to share this with you here today. I'm excited about where we're at. In regards to, I just want to go back to this list really quickly. GOWs, which those are earned credits, by the way. Okay, so Josh, I see your question being popped up there. This goes back to the ways of implementation. Starting next week, the GOW payments will begin to start being paid manually. You're more than welcome to submit a support ticket if you want. We have the staff there, but we have most of that handled. Okay, I think a lot of you have already submitted that. Auction items. The auction items are obviously pushed back because of delivery. At the same time, we will be sending those out, and you will be getting updates on those as well. We will be rolling out some new auctions as well here very soon. But with that, you just have to know that we're 2 to 3 weeks out on deliveries of those items, not by our doing, but just where the economy's at and where things are at. Okay, so just know that you can check all this stuff, and this isn't made up stuff. It's just the way it is. The wave of implementation, as far as introducing our new president coming as well, and the cab we already talked about. It's not something that we can do right now, but it's something we're going to evaluate every 7 days as we launch new auction items. If the participation is there, if things are exactly where they need to be participation wise, we can start to implement a cab. It may not be exactly where it was at, but if the profitability is there as a company, we want to share that with you. We don't want to keep that from you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But until that point in time, as I said, we have our own stimulus package here with our new Fast Start bonus that will be implemented. Okay, so listen, I kept you for 34 minutes. I didn't mean to do that, but I wanted to get the point across here because I'm excited about really where we're going right this second. I'm excited about where we've been. I know the challenges that we've been through. They've been hard, man. They really have. But the excitement is where we're going as a company. So listen, I appreciate everything. I got a lot of messages popping up here. You can email me at james@globalcreditsnetwork.com if you choose to. I'll do my best to get back with you that way. One question that just popped up here, I need to address. Okay, so from a qualification standpoint, like the pro membership, we're going to be moving that. It's kind of irrelevant because remember that the pro membership was built around the cab bonus. If you're not a pro member, you got paid in credits. If you are a pro member, you got paid in BTC. There's no cab going out right now, so we're just going to extend that. We're going to move it till the 15th of April just to be safe. That'll give us, basically almost 30 days to get us to that point. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you're qualified or not qualified at this point. Fast Start bonuses, binaries will be paid out in BTC. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay. So with that being said, I think that I'm going to wrap this thing up. I hope that you guys see what's going on here. Like I said, you can always email me at james@globalcreditsnetwork.com. I'll do my best to get back with you as soon as I can. I'm excited about where we're going. I'm excited about the opportunity here. The doors are open. The Fast Start bonus will be done here tonight. Like I said, if you make a sale right this very second, we'll make sure that you get paid that 20% regardless. So I hope everybody has a great evening. Excited about the future of our company. Thank you for staying with us, being part of this. And let's change the game in 2020, right? Let's show people who we are, and let's give people that opportunity that they need to earn Bitcoin, to grow their Bitcoin, and help their family out financially. Have a great day. Thank you for your time.